Okay, next up is Tar.
Tar.
This is the new Kate Blanchett movie directed by Todd Field. He's not really, well, I say he's not really big, but when we talk about directors in America, he's not a massive one, but he has directed Little Children. Have you seen that with Kate Winslet?
But I know about it.
So he directed that, and then he's done a few shorts before that. But
I hear a lot of good things about Little Children.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen it, but I also anything with Kate Winslet, it's bound to be half decent, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is his new one, Tar, which has been obviously, I think it's nominated for best film. Is it? I believe so. She's definitely been nominated for best actress.
Yeah,
and I think it's also been nominated for best film.
It cleaned up at the Globes, I think.
Yeah, it's won a lot. It's won a lot of awards, this one, and people are talking a lot about it. That's how I heard about it. It was...
Yeah, I kept seeing this one.
Yeah, Tar, blah, blah, blah. So, like we said, it's Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett's the type of actress that has her own wiki page for her films. That's the type of actress she is. So what we're talking about? We're talking about Talented Mr. Ripley. We're talking about the Lord of the Ring trilogy, Benjamin Button, like...
Yeah, she's got
massive movies, like, you know what I mean?
Big films.
Yeah,
big films.
Thor. She was Hela, or I think in Thor, and she did the one Don't Look Up with Leonardo DiCaprio the last time. She was the news reporter, like loads. We also had Nina Hoss, who played her girlfriend. Do you remember what she's from?
I've seen her face before.
I've seen her face.
I didn't know from where.
I've only seen her face in one thing.
And we've reviewed it.
No, we ain't reviewed it, but you've definitely seen it. Homeland.
Okay,
she's from Homeland.
Okay.
That's where I remember her from.
Okay, that's probably, I can't pinpoint her.
Yeah, but she plays.
Homeland was my shit.
Yeah, Homeland.
Shit.
Also, honourable shout out to our Englishman Mark Strong, who was in this as well. He played.
Who did he play?
He played. I can't remember his name, but he was the composer at the end. So he played the composer. They had a meeting. Him and Tár, with the long hair. Mark Strong, English, obviously. Kingsman. He's from the Kingsman.
I was trying to think who he played in
Shazam, Zero Dark 30. He's done a lot. Like and he always plays a.
This was heavy
dialogue,
heavy casted. Like had some.
There was
key players in it.
A lot of people here, and this is another one of those movies where you have to block out the 2 hours.
Yeah.
This isn't a I'm looking at my phone and then looking up and that. This is a block out 2 hours and whatever it is, and we're gonna just sit here and focus on this movie.
And this is also for the movie watchers. This isn't for if you're a casual. Yeah, this one.
No, this is exactly like Saint Omer.
Yes. This is where you start looking at movies differently.
This is where you start looking at movies differently. You start looking at other things. Start looking little nuances and how the dialogue is happening and
where it's set.
What's going on, the surroundings, what's
the mood of this scene.
That's what this is about.
And how does it transpire to the next scene and
and how does that link in with this and what's happened here and we've taken it. So that's this type of movie. It's not fast paced in the slightest
at all. 2.5.
I'll tell you exactly. I think it was a long one. It was 2 hours and 38 minutes runtime on this one. So it was a long one.
It was.
So all right. Anyway, this one started for me, and immediately I realized what type of movie it was. So because I was like on my phone. I was looking up and this, that, blah, blah, blah. And then when I'd looked at my phone a few times and looked up and we were still on the same scene. The interview, right at the start. And I was like, right, okay, let me start again.
Before you run to the interview, I want to mention something before that. Did you notice the credits?
At the start, at the movie.
Yeah, did you notice it?
Yeah. Because it took ages. Bro, that's why I picked up my phone.
Bro, I had to press the button again to see. I didn't accidentally fast forward to the end, bro. I was like, yo.
I picked up my phone because the credits were taking so long.
All the credits, bro.
And I was like, all right, like,
right
cool,
at the
I'll
start
wait
of the
for
movie.
this.
So be prepared for that.
That was odd, to be honest.
But it set the tone. That's what I was saying.
Actually,
that set the tone.
It did.
You get me?
So that was actually let me know I need to put my phone down.
Yeah.
Because while I was on my phone, I heard them talking. I looked up, looked down, this, that. And then when I looked back up, it must have been about 10 minutes now. And I'm still here. And they're talking about something. And I didn't know what they was talking about. I was like, right, let me put my phone down and let me start again and watch it properly.
I'm going to need to know what they're talking about.
And from the outset, Kate Blanchett bodies that role for me. Like she
this is her film.
She epitomizes that type of who she was trying to be. She really, from watching her in other stuff and from seeing how she portrays those characters to this, she really made me feel like she was entwined with the music scene, that whole composer classical scene. Do you know what I mean? Even when she was naming the names and this, that, and how she and how this person played and this, that, and what I took from that and da. Even the way she's sitting and her mannerisms and this, that, just everything was just like, oh, well done.
Like, it's crazy to see someone that doesn't look like they're acting.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of actor she is. Like, when you say she embodies that role, it's like you don't even feel like she's acting. You feel like you're watching a documentary.
Yeah.
Like, she's the type of actor that feels like this is the kind of film that feels like you're watching a documentary in a way. So, totally get your point with that. And I was intrigued from the get-go because it's very dialogue heavy. Bro. Like, first 20 minutes, half hour is pure chat.
Is just her just talking to people.
Yeah, it's just chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, me. And you don't really know what they're chatting about.
Nah, it was
essentially
weird.
I'm not even gonna say like it doesn't matter, but it's like it's a conversation. Yeah, me. It does matter as it gets further on in the film.
Yeah, it does matter eventually, but it just, for me, what they was talking about didn't really. I was listening and I was watching, but it was more like they was talking about things I didn't understand. Yeah, it was like, and I've done this in Berlin and this, that, and then we have to do like some random German name and the way that he did it and this, that, blah. And I'm just like,
and it was so early. It was so early. It's like I don't even know what's going on yet, and it's like it's this very thing. But from there, I think we started to get a little bit into the film, into more of the character, into more of the mood.
Especially when you see her doing her first class.
Yes, with the student.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. That was a very interesting scene because how that started and how it ended.
I saw it coming.
I did, but then I didn't.
Because
it like at the start I saw it coming and then it didn't feel like it was that. And then when it got there, I was like, oh wow, that was really
that was well played as well. That was well played.
It was. It had a lot of scenes like that. It was pretty much about that. It was pretty much about a character in a profession where it's very demanding. It takes a lot from you, and it was basically showing a person going through that side and also having a personal life. Yeah, and how that kind of intertwines. So there was a lot of scenes that were very mood changing. Yeah. Because essentially she was one of those characters. It was basically trying to show you about a character that and what they do with status, power, authority. Yeah, and someone with incredible talent. Yeah, like someone who has incredible talent and being under pressure, and how you apply that to your daily life. Like when you are that good at something and you demand that back from a group of people. Do you know what I mean? And that's basically what it was about. And obviously about her life. It was about her home life and her work as well. About her being a female. Yeah, definitely. About her being a lesbian. Yeah. So it was navigating that part of it as well, how you deal with a dynamic working with your partner as well, how you deal with that dynamic. At such a high standard of like just it was. This was. I can understand why she's been nominated for the Oscar. For this one, I can understand because she took you on a journey as well. Like you went on a journey with her of her life. You saw where she started to where she ended up, and I know we're gonna get there, but can I say I thought this ending was incredible? By the way, I thought the ending of this movie was actually incredible to see her character arc
and to see, regardless of what is occurring, the love for what she does, still carries on. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what's happening in her life or this, that. The art
speaks volumes.
Right, exactly. It doesn't matter.
Well, they made that quite a point throughout the film when they was talking about different musicians and artists.
Yeah.
And their faults and characteristics, but still the main factor was that their art still
exactly.
is what it is.
And she was very adamant about pushing that because she was like, it doesn't matter about X, Y, and Z. What matters is that they're doing this. Do you know what I mean? Which is sometimes the truth, but depending on what you've done, sometimes
truths come with some what's the word? It comes with some negativity. Man.
Yeah, exactly. So depending, like, there's only a certain line you can cross. There's only so much that your talent is going to cover up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and that is basically what this movie's about, to be honest. There's only so much that your talent can cover up. And the way that they portrayed this, the way that they've gone about it, and also I liked how they showed how she did difficult decisions. When she was telling people, you have to do this, or you haven't got this, or I want this done, or this, that. I really liked those moments because she, it's like when you're at that stage and what you say goes, what do you like? What are you gonna tell me?
Yeah.
What are you gonna tell me?
Trying to pretend to have some kind of compassion or care for.
When you know you
response,
don't. Like you've already made the decision. This is just a formality.
And at this point, you're almost time wasting.
Just accept it. So,
with saying all that though, firstly, film was too long.
You reckon?
Yeah, way too long.
I was involved from minute one.
I thought this was way too long. I thought the concept and the messaging and everything we spoke about, like the reasoning and what they were trying to show, was really good. Acting was ace. I just feel like the way they told the story was a bit boring. I think where my bad was, I came into this thinking Whiplash.
Do you know what? It's funny that you say that, because I actually wanted to commend them to make sure they stayed away from Whiplash, because I feel like it would have been very, very easy to follow the Whiplash route.
Yeah, maybe, but they almost did, but just in a very...
I don't think it did at all.
In a more arty way of... Well, no, it didn't. It didn't. Not in the same storyline.
I don't think it...
I mean, in the same convey of... I feel like I just wanted more from this world and showing it from a different... I feel like I just wanted more from it. Like, I didn't want it to be like Whiplash. I just feel like Whiplash was a good way of showing that side of like a drummer's life. Like, you don't know much about drummers. It was just an interesting way. And I guess I wanted the conductor's version of that. Mm-hmm. Like, so however it was going to get done, which I guess this was it. Mm-hmm. I just didn't think it was... I thought it was a bit boring. I thought it was a bit long. I would have enjoyed a bit more from the conductor side and less about her life, if I'm honest.
Mm-hmm. I love those scenes, by the way.
That's what I mean.
I did.
So I would have preferred a lot more from that. There was a scene where she was just, I think it was near the end. It was about to go off and fumbling, and like all of that was kind of dope. I wish there was a bit more about the conducting side. I think that's what I wanted more, and less about the personal life. Because the personal life was cool. I just think within that 2 hours 38, you could have done more on the other side to maybe balance out to where it didn't feel so long. I just felt like her relationship and some of the scenes was just way too draggy. Like, it didn't need to be all of that just to say this sort of thing. So, that was my only thing with it. I just thought it was a bit too long. I felt the way they were telling the story was just a bit like, kind of thing. And I wanted more, I guess, of the actual musical and conducting side of it. Maybe a few more scenes with that resembled the one with the student. Okay. Yeah, I think I just wanted more of that.
I feel like we differ on
on those situations because I kind of appreciate a slower tempo because I thought this was brilliant. To be honest, I liked everything about it. I didn't think it was too long. I thought it was perfectly timed.
It was way too long.
The acting was sensational. I liked all the parts of what they did, even as her life, what we was going through. I did think one thing that I thought actually was a bit random was the neighbor. That was a bit odd.
Yeah,
that was odd for me because I just feel like that was just
because they didn't play too much on how that affected her.
Yeah,
because I felt like it was supposed to. Especially I felt like the scene where she goes in and kind of helps.
Is it?
I feel like that. Well, what was the point in that then?
I don't know. That's why.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know because I didn't write it. I feel like it was supposed to somehow show another side, bring out another mood, bring out another aspect of her. Like, I felt like it was supposed to show I'm not a complete bitch all the time.
Fair enough.
Something like that, you get me? But they didn't really play on that. So it was like,
Yeah, it just seemed a bit random to me, that that scene. But apart from that, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very well done, very well put together. I like the story arc. I like the story that her character arc that she went on. I love the portrayal of this this composer in this world and what it's like, etc. I thought it was really, really well done. So yeah,
I wanted more from the composer, man. Composers are interesting.
I wanted to be a composer at one point.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I did. There was a point where I was like, I went through a lot of like classical music listening to. And
have you ever done anything with a conductor?
No, but I used to like study like Hans Zimmer hard because obviously I used to see him do it. And I see him do this thing in Prague, and I see how he was doing it. And I was like, oh, I would love to like learn how to do that. And then I saw what you need to do to learn how to do that, and I was like, yeah, I ain't got that in me.
That's interesting. I feel like that also depends on the world you're in, because I've played with a conductor, like when I was playing pan, and we played classical music, and we had to play with a conductor.
For real?
Yeah, and with that, I say like there was one or two people within the band that were more musically inclined than some of the rest of the players, but it wasn't necessarily classically trained like that.
Okay.
And was able to learn how to conduct on a lower scale, and like at least while we're running practice, you conduct now so we can get the drill until my man comes.
Okay.
You know, things like that. So I guess it's like, probably like if you go for it like everything else, but you know, sometimes where you might can learn something on the job, I feel like it's like that. And I feel like that's why I wanted more from the conducting, because I've seen that, and it's like, yo, that's a mad thing to do, you know, control the bass, the treble, all that from this. So I kind of wanted more from that. So I think it was more of a personal thing for me with of what man wanted from it. But yeah,
that's fair. Okay, before we get into our watch it or not,
new segment,
our question or not segment. You know what it is. We know you love this one. We've been getting good feedback on this one, so
the question or not,
we're gonna keep it up. So question or not on Tar. Is that the okay?
Yeah.
I see you. That's fine.
Man, just working on it, man. Coming soon.
So again, 5 questions. Are you ready, sir?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so. I think this is gonna be a hard one.
Okay.
But I'm here for it.
I've tried not to make it too difficult, because there could have been some crazy questions, but
it's 2 hours and 38 minutes of what you could have plucked a question out of. There's a lot to me.
That's fair.
But we're here.
All right, cool.
I'm here. I'm up for the challenge. You hear me?
No worries. Ready, yeah?
Always.
All right.
You already know. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to the fans. You already know. I'm here. Don't know.
First question.
Talk to me.
What was the main character's first name? Was it A, Lily? Was it B, Lydia? Or was it C, Linda?
I see you remember all L's there. You hear me? Try to throw a young brother off. I'm going to go with B, though.
B, Lydia.
Yeah. Lydia Tár, I'm sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Come on, who's watching? I'm watching. You already know what's going on. Come on, man.
That was good.
Well, yeah,
because that was a little tricky still.
Numbers on the board. It was. I see how you did that. I kind of knew that. I was watching. You had to watch it.
Yeah,
but I don't want to say that too early and too soon, man. Get the next 4 wrong. Mad.
All right, next question. What instrument did the soloist in the orchestra play?
Wild.
Was it A, the violin, B, the bass, or C, the cello?
I'm going to go with A.
A?
Yes.
The violin?
Yeah.
Okay. Final answer?
You know the way you said final answer? I'm trying to read your poker face, and I'm like, is it my final answer? I'm sure I'm comfortable. Did I hear a violin in it, man? God damn it.
Cause you got that musical background, so you gonna know what them.
No, I'm trying to know
the
think.
difference between.
No, because you know the maddest thing is, this is such a sidebar. I saw something on Instagram the other day where a chick was playing like old school R&B tunes on a violin. That was literally like 2 days ago. Okay. So I've got a violin in my head.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna go with C.
C. Cello.
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. Well done.
Come on! I knew. I was like, hold on, wait. Did I even see a violin in this film?
It's a cello.
Come on, talk to me.
Well done.
Talk to me nicely.
No, that was good. That was good.
I know.
Proud of you.
B.
Third question.
Come on.
What was Lydia running away from when she slipped and bruised her face? Was it A, a mugger, B, a homeless person, or C, a dog?
That was so hard because man could hardly see. Like I rewound that bit. I was like, what was you running from? It was this dog. It was like she just looked like this dog.
The only
I don't know if I had a good copy or what. Because I didn't see nothing. And this little dark hole. I was like, what is that? Slip and bust her whole head.
Mash up her whole face.
But I honestly didn't even see nothing. So this is a guess. I'm gonna go with B.
B.
Yeah.
A homeless person.
Literally because of where she was, how it was. Like, I didn't hear no bark. It weren't no dog.
All right. The final answer?
Yeah.
All right. You're wrong. It's C.
It's a dog. There was no bark, bro. I didn't see it there. He didn't bark. The dog didn't bark. All right, cool.
It was just there.
All right, see, I generally didn't even see what was there.
Yeah.
I didn't even see what was there. I just saw, like, the door. It was like a dark door.
Yeah, it was there. It was dark still.
Enough. I'll hold that L.
Question 4. What did the man on the boat tell Lydia was in the water? Was it A, lizards? Was it B, piranha? Or was it C, crocodiles?
C. Definitely C. I remember that.
Remember that bit?
I remember that bit.
All right, cool. Well done.
Come on, he's on fire. Come on.
Well done.
What, if I get this one now, I'm on top, yeah?
You're top.
Say nothing. Talk to me nicely, yeah?
This one you should get still. All right.
Oh, don't say that. That sounds like a
How
song.
did Tár introduce herself to Petra's school bully, Joanna? Was it A, as her father? Was it B, as her guardian? Or was it C, as her worst nightmare? This is for you to top the thing, you know.
I know.
How did Tár introduce herself to Petra's school bully, Joanna? Was it A, her father, B, her guardian, or C, her worst nightmare?
I can only remember like the. I don't remember word for word. I just remember that moment.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, that was a bit deep. So I'm gonna go with C because it suits like that whole scene.
Her worst
but I feel
nightmare.
like that's too easy. I feel like it weren't that, but I can only go with that because, yeah, the other two don't suit the rest of the conversation. But it didn't start off like that, so I could be wrong. But I'm gonna go with C.
Final answer.
Yeah.
C.
Yeah.
To top the thing.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
I knew I was wrong.
She actually introduced herself as her father.
I knew it was wrong, and it was obvious. I wasn't gonna go with that because of the obvious.
Yeah. She introduced herself as
because
her father.
I was thinking the way the conversation started didn't end like that. I was like, right, that was a bit deep.
Yeah, it was peak still.
So yeah, 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Still good. Still good. Well done.
We're here.
You was watching.
Yeah. Because
I thought you would have got the dog one still.
But I didn't see it. I generally didn't see it.
You said you rewound it.
I know, and I still didn't see the fucking.
Alright, cool, man. Alright, anyway, so watch it or not, Tar?
This is a not for me.
What?
Yeah.
Not?
It's a not.
Nah, you're bugging.
It's a not. It's a good film, but it was I feel like it was more boring than good for me. It was more boring than good for me.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna say this is a not for me.
Not?
Yeah, it's a not. It's a not. It's not. It's a harsh not. Because I'm not like comparing it to any Netflix knots or whatever.
Oh my god!
But I'm gonna say a not because I feel like it.
This is why I say like we differ, because like I think we appreciate different things, because this is like Nomadland, where like I was engrossed in the slowness of where you was like, this is boring, you didn't like it.
Yeah, I feel like this is more of a personal note, but this year it's.
What you saying?
I'm sticking by my guns, but I really feel like they could have done. I wanted more from the conductor aspect of it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I just feel like some of the way that they told the story just missed the marks. It's a harsh one because I'm judging it against itself, sort of thing, its realm. But I'm gonna go over not, man. I'm gonna go over not.
Okay. Well, to me, it's an absolute watch it. I love this movie from start to finish. Like I said, there was one moment with the neighbors that I thought was a bit weird and random, but apart from that, I thought the pace of the movie was good. I thought the acting was stellar, and a lot of movies that I'm watching these days don't nail it, which is annoying, but I think that the ending to this movie was absolutely spot on for what had occurred. I really, really liked the ending of this movie. So for me, it's a watch it.